Welcome to the Health Code Podcast. I'm Sarah, otherwise known as Sarah's Day, and I'm a health and fitness YouTuber.
And I'm Kurt, professional photographer and content creator, or also known as Sarah's boyfriend.
We're here to help you crack the code to a healthy and fit lifestyle.
We're going to be talking all things health, fitness, relationship, lifestyle, and career.
So it's time to grab your code books because we're about to spill some serious tips.
Really? That sounds so bitchy.
Welcome, guys, to the very first The Health Code Podcast. Woo!
Yay!
We are so excited. This has honestly been a project that we've been up late at night talking about for months now, and I seriously cannot believe we are sitting in our study and finally doing it.
With the serious equipment and everything.
I know, serious equipment, and can I also mention that Kurt is in socks and sandals.
This is fashion.
No.
This is what it's about, Sezzy.
It's not. Before we jump into this podcast, which I've semi-thought about, by the way, I'm the commentator and the narrator of this entire thing because
She thinks she's in control.
Hashtag obviously. I just want to just establish something with you and pick a bone with you. The reason that I'm doing this podcast is because you swooned me. You said, imagine you'll be sitting there with your pink little headphones and your pink little mic. Can I just paint a picture for everybody listening right now?
She's a sucker.
There is no pink to be seen except my skirt, which is fabulous, by the way. I have black earphones,
Yep.
a black stand, some black mic, and just to top it off, the cherry on the cake.
Yep.
I have the baby mic, and Kurt has this huge mugunda of a mic, but I'm the star of the show.
No, you're the baby. You're the baby, and I'm wearing red sliders and white socks, if you're wondering. And I'm looking fabulous with the awesome mic. So let's continue with what we're going to talk about tonight.
Okay, so next podcast, it's going to change, and there's going to be some pink up in here, because I'm just feeling this is a very masculine room right now. Anyway, this first podcast, we figured, look, we have a whole book full of really cool ideas and topics we want to talk about, which we're super, super passionate about. But we figured for this first one, we'll just jump in and give you guys a rough idea about what this podcast is going to be about, and also a brief background of both of us, I guess. So, ideally, our goal is to upload weekly podcasts.
Yeah, weekly.
If we can sync our schedules together.
We'll be able to do it.
I feel like this
We're going to commit to this. We've got to commit now.
Well, yeah, you just went out and bought all the gear.
Yeah.
And we got to no
all
idea.
The gear, no idea.
Yeah, legit. He was trying to put it together before, and I was like, Kurt, have you read the manual? He was like,
nah. I'm such a guy.
Such a guy. And also, feel free to follow our Instagram. It's the.healthcode.
That's the one.
And that's it. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice and easy.
So, in terms of this podcast and what we're about, it's pretty much just going to be our life. So obviously our life is highly based around health and fitness. So we're thinking, and we would love to hear you guys' opinions. So definitely leave some comments on either our Instagram or on here, or, we're obviously thinking of starting up a Facebook and everything, but we're thinking each week to focus on either a fitness topic or a health topic, lifestyle, career, relationships, Q&A. And we even want to get people in and interview them if we find them really interesting. Like, one of my friends is a dietitian, so I would love to pick her brain about nutrition.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. What are you most excited for about the podcast? Like, what kind of topic?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but I guess probably more like talking about the career stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably more my forte. Like, that's the type of podcast that I listen to. So I'm excited to talk about what we do and how you get there, and just sharing that knowledge around creating a life or a career that you want to live. Yeah,
because our life is pretty weird, but it's super fun, super creative. But
we are in our study right now, talking to each other on microphones. So yes, our life is very weird.
I know. Who does this the night before Easter?
And it's what is the time right now?
9:30. It's 9:30.
See, this doesn't sleep.
Good times. I'm most excited for the health and fitness topic, obviously. But then again, I'm really excited to talk relationships.
Oh, that's going to be funny.
Because I feel like our relationship is very unique.
Yes, it is very
And we're very honest and very blunt. And we're not afraid to tell each other how it is.
That's very true. And we have lots of arguments. when those times happen.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, okay, so with YouTubing, obviously, is like I'm in charge of the editing. So I can...
The boss girl.
Yeah. Hashtag boss girl always. So I can like cut and edit how I want and add cool transitions and my cool music and like my little pop bings. If you watch my YouTube channel, you totally know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But on this podcast, it's like raw. So like if I get annoyed at you, they're gonna know it.
Yes. And I'm gonna leave it in.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. And on a more serious topic, what are you most nervous about for this podcast? Be totally real.
What are you most nervous about? Like,
I'm honestly, okay, the one thing would be if I'm really tired one night.
Yeah,
I think I'm
the same.
And also, I would never want to force it, and if I'm not in a good mood or if we're annoyed at each other, I don't want to sit down and try to force being happy and bubbly because that is not us. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Most of the time we're pretty happy, but this is why I'm excited because a lot of our best chats and the most hilarious times, if you watch my Instagram stories, you'll know what I mean.
It's like
they come at nighttime. So I think we need to make this like nighttime with Sezzy and Kurt. Because,
it has to be.
Yeah,
it has to
we
be.
we're like owls. We just come alive.
I know. And then in the morning, I struggle to get out of bed. It is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, we'll have a topic
Put your
on
hand up if you are also one of those people.
Yeah, Kurt's the worst.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, I can't even have a conversation with you. You're like, no offense, you're so boring in the morning. I hate it.
No, I'm like, my adrenals are so bad and I need a coffee to actually function in life. So it's pretty bad.
And that is what you call adrenal fatigue.
Oh.
But that's for another podcast.
Tip 1 on the health code.
What is it?
Code.
Is that your echo?
Yeah. Getting rid of adrenals with Kurtimus and Sarah.
Did you say getting rid of adrenals?
Sorry.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, to sum that up, this is going to be a pretty diverse channel, but ultimately it's about health, wellness, fitness, and how to combine all of that in a lifestyle that's maintainable, sustainable, and that makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally
Like,
agree.
I feel like I've only recently got into podcasts and I didn't even know how to search it. I was like searching fitness and then health. And I feel like a lot of the channels were like just all about, plant-based diets or just about bodybuilding or just about being a mum and being fit. I was just like, there was nothing that was relevant to us and our life and our age group kind of thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think also like, I guess going back to like the career side of things and the entrepreneur side of things, that like a lot of the podcasts out there are these like highly successful people who are doing things that sort of to us feel unachievable even,
like TED Talks.
Yeah. So
ain't nobody got time for TED Talks.
Yeah. That's it.
We just want to YouTube.
And make cool content.
Yeah, it's like we're just like average people, legit. We're like really down to earth, average Joes.
Yeah.
I only buy
You love doing fun
the
stuff.
apples when they're on
creating
sale.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, like I'm totally normal. So, for the first mini topic, let's just talk about ourselves. Do you want to give a quick little debrief about yourself, a quick background? I'll do the same, and then we can talk about the Project Comeback.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, where do we start? Do I go? Okay. First of all, out of school, went straight into carpentry. That was the career I started off with. As time went on, finished the apprenticeship, got to the end of that and realized that carpentry wasn't for me. I hated waking up every morning. I hated slaving away and doing that type of thing. So it was time to mix it up.
And when I met you, you were a carpenter actually.
Yeah, I was still a carpenter.
When I first met him, and
exactly.
you just were like a completely different person. You didn't have the spark that you have now to this level.
Yeah, and I just wasn't motivated in it, and it was just...
And he would always call in sick.
Shh.
We would
Tell them that.
We would wake up in the morning and he was like, "Nah, I'm just not going to go. I'll go to breakfast with you." I'm like, "It's your job." He's like, "Yeah, whatever." Like that just shows that you were like not into it.
I hated it, and I felt like there was something else out there that was better for me. I got a camera at like 21, doing the travel thing just as a hobby to start with. Realized that when I got my first gig, that it could actually be my career, and
Gig meaning what? Because I think muso when I think gig.
Yeah, so I picked up a architectural job actually from an old friend, and once I did that job for him, after that, a photography job, I was able to Sorry if you can hear people yelling across the street. Someone's having a good time over there. Welcome to the neighborhood.
They can probably see us sitting in our study.
They're probably laughing at us
with our earphones in. Are you joking?
Looking at each other.
Yeah, usually I have a camera to our face, so this is like low key.
Yeah, so
anyway,
low-key.
you got your first photography job with a friend.
Yeah, a design friend. And then from there, I realized that I could actually turn this into a career. And it was something that I was super passionate about. And I absolutely loved it. So I just went for it. And, I mean, it took probably about 3 or 4 years to get to a level that I'm at now.
And a lot of people not kicked you down, but they sort of rolled their eyes when you said, I love photography and I love surf photography.
Yeah.
Even
it's
like,
sort of seen as this
hobby.
Yeah, hobby over a career, and only those who get in magazines or this and that, they're the ones that get paid. But once
they have a gallery. It's
yeah, exactly.
That's very old school.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a very old way of thinking. So like, obviously we consume content at a huge rate these days. Instagram helps that a lot. Mm-hmm. So does Facebook and all the other platforms that are out there. So now there's just heaps of opportunities out there for photographers, content creators, whatever you want to call us now. But yeah, that's my career progression. I also, in between that period, also tried to be a personal trainer. Did my cert.
As a backup. Yeah,
as a backup, just in case the photography thing didn't work. Loving fitness, black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, and a competitive fighter at that as well. Competed at the World Championships for Australia.
I watched him. He's a weapon. I'm happy. Look, there's not many compliments I'll give you, but when I watched you compete, I was like, damn. That's my boyfriend.
Love throwing punches and kicks, let's be honest. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. Just my life has been surrounded by health and fitness, and I just enjoy training as well. And I guess that's how we met. And
yeah, that's how we bonded, really.
Yeah, we bonded massively over fitness and snowboarding and coffee. Yeah.
You keep saying snowboarding, but like we didn't talk about it that much. It's just because I said, oh yeah, I know how to snowboard. You were like, let's get married.
Yes, that was so true.
But in a future podcast, we'll tell the story of how we met and like our first date, which was hilarious. But anyway, so just to sum up, for the people who don't know you now, what is your job now?
So I'm a content creator, or you would call a photographer, videographer. Ooh, testy pop.
Awkward.
just ignore that little thing over there. I'll have to edit that out so you act like nothing happened. So sorry. Photographer, videographer. I directed my first TV commercial ever recently, which I'm so excited about.
So good.
So directing, producing, and podcasting, YouTubing, Instagramming. Like, do we really have titles? We don't actually know what we do. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's your life. That's my life.
All right, guys. I nearly called you sisters, but we've agreed that I'm not allowed to call you that on the podcast because this is unisex. So, brothers and sisters. Where do I even start? Okay. So, during school, when I was in high school, I loved all of the creative subjects. Yeah. So, I was that okay, I'm not going to say loser because I thought I was cool. But at lunchtime, I would get really bored and I would go into our media center and I would edit videos. So I would literally go out and like film random trees and leaves and I would put it together on Final Cut Pro to cool music and then I would just delete the file.
Well, that's how I started too.
Yeah.
You're testing out with the equipment, put it to a cool track, see what you can make. Like that's how everyone starts.
And like YouTube wasn't even a thing then. So I just would literally make this little video and then it would go into the trash. So from a young age, I really love... Oh, yeah, okay. Let's go even further back. When I was... When I was 6 years old. No, but seriously, we had this home video. My mum was so mad because you know how you had those old recorders, like an old school video camera?
I loved it.
Okay, but do you remember if you didn't like put it to the place where it was supposed to start recording from, you could accidentally override? So it was my little sister's like birth video. And I grabbed it and I took it to my bedroom and I filmed a Barbie movie in stop motion.
Oh, Sarah.
So literally it's like 3 hours of my Barbie slowly walking in stop motion. Anyway, so like just to putting it into perspective, I've loved film and creating content since I was 6 with my Princess Barbies. So yeah, leaving school, I loved creativity, but I sort of felt pressure, and not from my parents at all. My parents were very much creative souls as well. But I felt pressure from, I guess, like society and my friends to get a proper job, have a proper career. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I took a gap year. I worked, I bought a car. I just tried to save money because I had no idea what I wanted to do. Eventually, I applied for a marketing school because I didn't want to go to uni. I didn't want to commit for 4 years because, again, didn't know what I wanted to do. I ended up getting a scholarship to this marketing college. And looking back, that was the most pivotal moment, I swear, of my life. Because while I was doing it, I was like, this is a breeze. This is really good. But it taught me really important things just about like branding and being confident and how to even interact in meetings, like how to shake a person's hand, just things that you wouldn't even think that are important. So I did that. Then I took another gap year.
Just to jump in there, I've learnt so much from you just being with you in the last like year and a half through marketing, things like that.
Thanks.
And just like little ideas that she's always thinking of and things that she's doing. So it's definitely like, it's a good one to take on.
Thank you. Well, I feel like it's wedged in my subconscious now. So whenever I'm doing something, I think of those skills that I learnt.
Yeah.
So then I worked in retail and I just learned how to be the boss, I guess, of a team. And then, I felt the pressure to get a mainstream job. So I went to uni and I did 3 years of primary education. And for those people who follow my YouTube channel, you would have probably started following me in this period. And a lot of stuff happened with my life and changing circumstances and changing friends. And you guys know my love was always health and fitness, always. And I started YouTubing because I had really, really bad hormonal acne and cellulite and weight problems and hormonal fluctuations and PCOS, and just everything was going wrong and I wanted to document it. So I started developing this community of girls and some boys, 2% if you want to get into the analytics. But I, created this amazing team, or this amazing community of people who followed my journey. And it sort of came to the point where I had to decide between university and YouTube because it was consuming so much of my time. And I just thought, honestly, this is like, I can't believe I'm going to use this word in like a serious conversation, but #YOLO. And I was like, I'm just going to try this. I'm going to do YouTube for a full year. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to uni. And then look at me now. It's been like 3 years. 2 years. And I've been doing YouTube full time. So I have a YouTube channel. I obviously do Instagram. I released an ebook. I have my own activewear line.
You're also about to release ebook 2 as well.
Yeah, ebook 2 is coming out in May. So ebook 1 is Sweat It to Shred It. It's on my website, www.sarahsday.com. What else? I feel like I have like a lot. Oh, I have another
clothing range.
My clothing range with White Fox Boutique.
Protein balls.
My protein balls.
There is something else that's about to come out as well. Can we say anything about that yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Soon. Right. But I'm a very busy bee.
You are very busy.
Yeah.
And this is another one of those things that you've jumped on now as well. So
potties, yeah. But I feel like we could definitely do a more dedicated video on like our background and things like that. But that's like, I wouldn't even say condensed, but that's pretty much our background.
Before we move on to the next topic though, I do want to like ask you something.
Oh.
When you first started, YouTube and I guess Instagramming and that, what was the reason for it?
Just literally because so I started my Instagram because my skin was so bad. Like I've shown you a photo recently of how bad my skin was. It was acne all up my cheeks.
Yeah,
and
I actually did see that photo. It was,
it was something I was really, really self-conscious of. And I did a few natural remedies that started curing my skin, and people would comment in real life. So it was a topic I was really passionate about. So I thought I'd make an Instagram just to share my message and to share my tips, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people don't know that spirulina is going to help clear your T-zone, or I can't believe people don't use apple cider vinegar, just little things. Yeah. So I started that, and then it eventuated into YouTube because I couldn't be bothered to send the comments back. Like I couldn't bother to reply with such depth. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, it'd be easier if I could just talk to you and tell you. So I was like, light bulb, I'm going to make a YouTube. So I would sit down and be like, okay, someone asked a question about the pill. How do I get my period back after the pill? Or what are my favorite ab workouts?
So when you started that too, YouTube actually wasn't really paying, were they? Were they paying anyone then?
I
That was
don't
probably
know.
like 3 or 4
I didn't even know
years
you
ago.
could get paid.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a job. I just did it for the lols.
I don't think anyone would have known that now it's a career.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah.
Like even my cousin, he's like in year 4 and he's like, how did you become a YouTuber? That's my dream job. I'm like, it wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like to reply to comments, really.
and just to like preach a good word in health and fitness industry too.
I would spend, I would be up till 4 a.m. and I'm not even exaggerating, researching how to cure my skin. I was so self-conscious of it to the point where I would call in sick from work. I wouldn't look boys in the eye at school. I would think, why would you want to date me? Look at my face. That's literally what I would think. So,
which is really sad.
Yeah. So I would literally spend my whole night researching and packing on my makeup because I was so self-conscious. And finally, when I found something that worked, that was natural and available for everyone, I was like, I have to share these tips.
Yeah.
And then my passion for that has just evolved to match whatever I'm going through in my life now. So depends if it's like me trying to reach a certain body physique or
your cervical dysplasia.
Yeah, exactly. Or PCOS or balancing my hormones. So now it's just like, people always say to me, do you ever run out of ideas? I'm like, it's like running out of life. Like my YouTube is literally just a reflection of my life and I don't try to force it. Whatever's happening, I just document it. So yeah. That's
really nice.
Oh, thanks.
It's okay.
We're like never nice to each other like this.
Don't expect this to continue. I'm feeling like I'm in a good mood for the first one, you know.
I know. I like it. Keep going.
You still smell like poo.
Okay then.
And you're ugly.
Moving on. Only because I'm not in sliders.
That's it. You need sliders and socks for the next one, Sezzy.
Yeah.
Sliders, socks for Sezzy.
No.
Sliders and socks for Sezzy. No. Oh my gosh, that's the new trending hashtag.
No.
Light bulb.
No, we forgot to say the most important part of this whole podcast. Okay, the reason we've called it the health code is because we have this awesome idea, okay? Everybody needs to if you've got earphones in, you can totally do this as we speak, but like if you're driving, just like keep going where you're going.
Driving.
Everybody needs to go and buy a fresh blank notebook, preferably pink, but hey, like totally up to you. And we are going to create a code book together. So our idea, every single podcast, we have different categories. So health, it might be health code 1, and you guys will write that in your notebook. So throughout the podcast, we may one day refer to code 7 fitness, and you guys will know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And it will just be fun because if you're ever having a down day and if you break up with your boyfriend and you're like, I'm really sad, like no one's ever going to love me. Believe me, we've all gone through that. Then you go to your health code little
Bible?
book.
Oh, we call it a Bible.
I mean, it's a bit sacrilegious.
Yeah.
My mum would probably not like that, but we go to the code book.
The code book.
The code. And you look up the relationship chapter and you're like, oh my gosh, Kurt said that boys love grubs. I'm a grub. So, I feel like it's going to be a great book. P.S. I'm like sweating my face off right now.
It's so hot in here.
It's so hot.
Why did we decide to do this?
I know, in summer. We need aircon.
But like an aircon that doesn't make noise.
Okay, can we take it a step further? We need a new place because, look, yes.
No.
Because we
don't.
A puppy and a baby. But seriously, guys, for those of you guys who don't know, we live at the beach. Like, it's an awesome location. We're opposite the beach. It's great. It's a beautiful little cute white beachy apartment. But our landlord is literally the bane of my existence. I have written the most eloquent, lovely, sad emails saying like, I'm so lonely at home, please let me have a puppy. And he just replies, stop asking.
Yeah. The last one was so blunt.
So
it was literally like, just don't ever email me ever again. Literally.
I'm like, I will send you Loving Earth chocolate. How about that? How about them apples?
Not everyone wants your Loving Earth chocolate, so...
But every time I see... Okay, like, we're not going to explain what he looks like, but we have an idea about what our landlord looks like, and whenever we see anyone like that, we just, like...
Is that the guy?
Stare them down. And this guy, like, some George guy will be like, hey, guys, and we're like... Puppy killer. Anyway,
Let's
moving
actually
on.
move on to a topic that we're meant to talk about. Yeah.
So, to sum up this podcast and to talk about something that's relevant right now, Kurt is on a Project Comeback, and being the supportive GF that I am, I'm on Project Comeback as well, but they're very different. So for the peeps who don't follow your Instagram, who should, at KJ Tills, what is your Project Comeback? Why?
All right. Last 3 months, I have been working very hard. And when you work very hard and have minimal sleep, your fitness gets pushed to the side. And that is a natural thing.
And you get shingles.
Yeah, I got shingles. I got sick and I wasn't training very often. And I was just...
Who the heck gets shingles?
Someone who doesn't sleep, clearly.
I think it's a hygiene thing. But anyway, moving on. That's up for debate, but anyway.
All right.
Continue your sad story.
Yeah, back to my sad story. We need some like Desperado music right now. We'll get there one day. Anyway, you're so annoying.
Continue.
What was I saying?
You got sick. You were working really hard. You got sick.
I was working really hard. I got sick. And anytime, when you have so much going on in your life, fitness always gets put to the side, no matter what, just because it's not one of those things that is like
tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It's not one of those things that's always top of the priority list. It's probably about 3 places down. And actually, as a personal trainer, you actually get taught that like people, they're not going to, you need to create value out of your training sessions for your person so that they feel inclined to come back again.
To put it up the priority list.
Wow,
that's really interesting.
Yeah. So there you go. Fun fact for everyone.
I would agree with that, actually. So.
No, yeah. And it's so true. It's so true. Everyone does it, no matter how fit you are and no matter, even if it is your own job.
Well, fitness is my life and I would probably put it as 4th.
Yeah, exactly. So it just gets hard sometimes. So pushed it aside for 3 months. I've lost, I used to be 85 kilos and my percentage would have been close to like, I don't know,
he was
10%,
so lean.
maybe
No
less.
way, lower. Kurt.
You reckon?
Kurt, I'm like 14.9.
Oh, I would have been like 5. I would have been
100%.
ridiculous.
The guy
I had
at the gym
no body fat.
today.
I could barely even pinch my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy at the gym today was 5 and you look like him.
Yeah. So I was very lean and was it the biggest size that I've ever been at. And
that's when I started dating you. That's
exactly.
how you got me.
Sucker.
And now I'm like, WTF. No.
Yeah, so...
And you're 6 foot, by the way.
6 foot tall, 85 kilos, no body fat on me whatsoever. Now, I am 70... when I first started Project Comeback, was about 78, 77 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have no fat still, so it's like you've just lost.
Yeah, I'm still quite lean. I've got a little bit more
No, but I'm saying
fat.
you've just lost body mass kind of thing. You're just like a bit more...
Yeah, a lot leaner.
Lanky.
Lank dog.
The lank.
But yeah, so looking back on some old videos, we're actually watching over some old YouTube videos.
Damn.
And I looked at it and I was like, oh,
damn
man.
arms, that juice monkey though.
I used to be...
You used to be hot. A hot tamale. And I was watching it and I was like, damn, who's that boy? Seriously.
Yeah, but now I'm just like a dad bod.
You are not a dad bod.
Anyway, so saw the video, time to make change.
Yeah.
I said 8 weeks, I give myself, I'm going to pull my diet in, I'm going to eat bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm going to train bigger and lift heavier. Basically, the way that I want to train is I want to train like a bodybuilder. I just want to put on size at the moment because I'm not competing. I've stopped my martial arts.
And that's what works for him.
Period.
He's not doing that just because like being a bodybuilder. Like you've done trial and error. Again, we'll get into it in future fitness podcasts, but your body thrives off a really particular style of training.
Yeah.
As soon as you increase your heart rate, you are
lose
so
fat.
lean.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
insane.
100%. And like obviously martial arts is a very like high intensity type of training.
Cardiovascular.
And lots of cardio involved, all that type of thing. And when you're training that 2 to 3 times a week on top of a 5-day gym program, no matter how much food you can eat,
you're in a caloric deficit basically without even wanting to be.
Exactly. So
your goals are boom, get big, but functional big. You still want to be able to move.
Well, as big as I can possibly get for the amount of I obviously, but neither of us count macros, but I'm obviously cautious of macros and how much I need to eat. But at the same time, I don't want to be eating like junk food that has refined sugar, wheat product, dairy,
anything artificial.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't count anything at all, but Kurt isn't a foodie like me. Like, he'll forget to eat. So I'm like, Kurt, you haven't eaten since 9 a.m.
And I'll literally just eat like rice, chicken, and like broccoli with no sauce.
He's happy.
I don't care. Like, food is fuel to me. Like, whatever. As long as I've got fuel in my tummy and I'm...
That is so foreign to
energetic.
me.
Yeah, I know
Even when we came home from dinner, like, I've just been standing at the fridge eating a chia pod and coconut yogurt and raspberries and these yummy dates that I bought. And I'm like, Kurt, do you want some? He's like, no. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't understand. You don't want any. I'm so full and I want 10.
I don't know. Maybe it's a male thing.
I think
most males that I know are very similar to me.
Too.
And most females are very similar to Ceci.
We're emotional eaters.
Go down that path. But
We're emotional eaters. Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. My project comeback is... Okay, I love competition. So if Kurt is driven for something and he's like, I'm going to get big and I'm going to get fit, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be on this game with you, but for very different reasons. So last year I did like a project comeback and it was all about physique. It was all about me getting really lean, really shredded, and I did it. I will try to post a photo on my Instagram so you can go have a look, but I was like ridiculously shredded. Like, I had veins in my tummy. I lost my period. It was like not healthy at all. So now my project comeback has totally flipped and it's all about me enjoying fitness. So when we came back from Bali, I got a parasite. So I couldn't really train. I felt really sick and I lost my love for training.
Yeah.
So this year, my focus has just been on mixing up my workouts, finding new training styles. And seriously, guys, I love training again. I love it. I wake up every single morning and I get my workout done before lunchtime. That's one of my hacks. It'll be one of the codes. Because I think you're either an AM person or a PM person.
I'm definitely PM.
And finding that out and just even acknowledging that has completely changed my fitness life. So my project comeback is again just honing in on the fitness styles that I love, the training sessions I love, and differentiating that. So while I love boxing, I cannot box every single day because I get over it. I can box once, maybe twice a week. I can do yoga once a week. No more. I get over it.
Yeah.
I can do circuits 3 times a week. Obsessed with them. I could do a stair run once a week. So I'm really diverse with my training, whereas Kurt, he just wants his angry music. He wants to go in the gym. He wants to lift big. So yeah, mine's just keeping flexible, keeping it fun and not putting pressure on myself. And I feel like I've been really good at that lately.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I love training right now.
Yeah. And we both love our HIIT workouts too. We love
tomorrow
getting in the gym and being super sweaty. Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to train. I love training together because we're both pretty fit and we're both very competitive and we thrive at different things. So while Kurt may lift heavier, when it comes to body weight, it's pretty even game. You can do chin-ups, whereas I will thrash you in burpees.
No, we're even at burpees, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, what's something I'm winning at?
You actually smashed me in abs.
Abs.
Yeah, you hammer me in abs.
That's why whenever we train together, and I'm like, do you want to finish off with abs? Because I like to finish out on top.
Yeah.
You know? I want to be the winner.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is Project Comeback, and keep an eye on both of our channels, specifically Kurt's for the more physical side because he's posting his before photo and his current photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then me, it's more going to be like different workout styles. I'm going to be posting free workouts on my YouTube channel, and I actually just filmed us boxing together. So if you have a partner, you can definitely copy the boxing session we did, and I have like 15-minute workouts on my YouTube.
And it's a pretty epic boxing session too.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I think a good one.
Let's do it on Sunday, like on Easter.
Okay, I love it how she's like, let's do it, but it just ends up being me holding pads and she does all the fun part.
No. You sweat though. You were sweating.
Only because I've got like the big chest guard on me.
And I'm punching you in the ribs. But you were telling me, you're like, punch me harder.
I know. Well, you want to feel it through the pad, let's be honest.
Yeah. You're a good boyfriend.
With your project comeback, what is the number one tip that's going to be most important to you to succeed this project comeback, I guess?
Okay, is accepting that not every workout and not every week is going to be my best. So, for instance, today I went to the gym and I kinked my neck a little bit. So in my head, I wanted to do like a certain amount of sprints, a certain amount of jump squats, and then finish off with abs. And at the end of the when I started the ab session, I couldn't keep going because I kinked my neck. And I would have usually left the gym feeling like, oh, I didn't even finish my session. I didn't even do it properly. I didn't even break a sweat. But I was like, you know what? I went to the gym. I moved my body. I listened to my body. When I was a bit sad and stiff, I went home and I came home in such a good mood. So it's me not putting pressure on myself and just realizing that fitness it's a long-term journey, and it's about being maintainable and sustainable, and like, don't be so harsh on yourself. And that's what I need to always tell myself.
Yeah. Yeah. You are very harsh on yourself. Like if she comes home from a session and she's not feeling like she's about to die, she's like, I had the worst session ever.
Yeah.
Which is like really bad, especially being a girl or female, because you know, you need to look after your body.
And also in saying that,
to produce babies and
in saying that, every girl has a different, like, I would love to get someone in who specializes in this, or maybe like my acupuncturist.
Definitely.
But every girl has a different, and every boy for that matter, has a different body fat percentage that is their body's happy, that is their body's maintainable, you know, their maintenance weight, their maintenance percentage.
We'll take bodybuilders and fighters, for example. Their walk around weight would be at least 5 to 10 kilos heavier than what their comp day. Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I think that while I look super healthy and everything, sometimes if I get too lower body fat, I may look like normal, but for me, I need to be a little bit higher body fat for me to get my period and for me to be functioning properly. So it's just really understanding your body. And even if you don't look like a supermodel, that's okay. Like, you need to listen to your body and do what's right for your levels, because at the end of the day, I just want to be a MILF life. So I just want to be having babies. I want to be healthy and fit so I can run my cute little running pram along the beach, do baby Pilates, throw my babies in the air, play, you know, play tip.
In the air?
I saw, me and my sister went to the beach yesterday, and this dad, #DILF, was throwing his little child with a pink bonnet in the air, and me and Em were like, oh my gosh, can someone have a baby already?
You have thought way too much about it. You and your sister and your mum, you're all so clucky at the moment.
Oh, don't even give me that, Curtis. When we go to the beach,
when the sissies are together,
you look at the little grommies in the water and go, oh, I can't wait to have a kid and play in the ocean with them.
Yeah, I just want to have him in the surf. And then the rest of the time, you know, go hang.
No,
you do you. I'll give you a skateboard. You want to go train, do some martial arts? We'll do that.
You guys just wait for the relationship podcast and the real soppy, romantic
right.
Kurt. Actually, speaking of romantic, what did you buy me tonight? Flowers.
No comment.
Moving on, Kurt. What tip would you give to everyone for Project Comeback?
My most valuable tip for myself, anyway, would definitely have to be, no. What am I going to say?
You don't have one?
Yes, no, I do. Oh, okay. Make time no matter what the time it is.
Oh.
So if it's 9 o'clock at night and you haven't gone to the gym yet and you've got 5 days of training in and you've already had 2 rest days, you have to go to the gym.
So up at your priority.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I was at my leanest, I was literally going to the gym at 10 o'clock at night sometimes, just because like that was top of my priority.
What?
Yeah.
But then again, okay, I feel like that's really good advice for people who need it. But
it's not a good time to be training at. No, I totally agree. But like The Rock, he gets up at like 4 a.m. and trains. You got to have X amount of sleep, 8 hours minimum or whatever, to let your muscles recover. Yes. But I don't know. For me, I just need to make it more priority. And if it is late at night or if it is early in the morning, I'm just going to have to get up and do it.
I feel like this is why this podcast might be good, because we have very different mentalities, and I totally get you. Like, that's not my vibe. My vibe is more gentle. Be gentle on your body, be caring to your body, listen to your body, and don't put pressure, because I know what putting pressure on my body does. For me, I lose my period, I get stressed, I like want to die.
Yeah.
But for
I'm
Kurt,
like very
Kurt
grungy.
thrives.
I love aggression. I wanted...
He loves the hard life.
Yeah, I want my first session back to the gym.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
I didn't listen to music. I didn't bring headphones in. Had to listen to the dumb music in the gym. It was terrible.
Because he loves being angry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just needed to push through that mental barrier that you create for yourself.
Yeah.
And not be in a comfort zone all the time, because when you're in a comfort zone, you get lazy.
Yeah.
That's what I do anyway.
Yeah.
If I'm going from exercise to exercise with a 1 minute break in between each set and so on, I'm thriving. Like, I'm smashing that gym session. But if I'm having long rest periods, talking to my training partner, if I don't
scrolling on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. My session's not going to be very good.
Yeah. Actually, on that wavelength, I actually saw, it was like someone on Instagram posted a thing saying, if I only trained when I felt like training, I wouldn't have the body I have now, I wouldn't have the job I have now, and I wouldn't have the fitness level I have now. And I was like, that is so true, because even for me, if I only trained when I totally felt like training, I'd probably train twice a week.
Yeah.
But if you, number one, for me, it's about routine. I love routine. I'm like an organization schedule freak. If I get in a routine and I do it every morning, it's done. I reach my goals. Kurt, you're more like harsh on yourself, I guess. You're like, do it.
Yeah,
but it's so true.
I
isn't
thrive
that
with someone
true?
yelling in my ear. Yeah, exactly.
It's so true. Like, if you only worked out when you really felt like it, you would never achieve your goals. You just have to do it. But make achievable goals. Don't say, I'm going to train 7 days a week for 3 hours, wake up at 5 a.m. Like, really, just
your
relax.
goals are going to be realistic.
Yeah, be realistic.
And yeah.
But also, don't let yourself be lazy.
And that goes for anything too. It goes for your career as well. Like, if you want to make something of yourself and change your life and do something big, then you have 8 hours in the day to do your 9 to 5 job. You have 8 hours for your sleep. And then you have a spare 8 hours that most people waste in front of the television, computer, or phone. You could either be training, working on a side project that could potentially turn into something
hustle.
Bigger. Exactly.
We'll do a podcast about the side hustle.
Oh yeah, everyone loves a good side hustle.
Yeah.
So you have 8 hours free time to do whatever the heck you want.
Totally.
So
it's like that saying, it's like everybody has the same hours in the day. It's what you choose to do with it.
Exactly.
Isn't that like mind-blowing?
100%.
It's the best. It's the best. Because you see people on Instagram and you're like, or whatever, YouTube, and you're like, oh, they have such a good life. They woke up so early and they went for a walk. It's like, dude, you could wake up early and go for a walk.
Exactly.
You know, like, we choose to get up at 6 earlier than Kurt's train to walk across the beach, go get our coffee, have a little coffee together. It's so much better than like you rushing off to work and me not seeing you. Like, we choose to get up early and go and do that.
100%.
Yeah.
It was actually one of my friends that told me that quote, and I was just like, oh man, you think when you hear that and you go, I have 8 hours of free time, what am I doing in that time?
How much
like,
Netflix am I watching?
Yeah, exactly.
When we met, we never ever watched Netflix because we didn't have a work-life balance at all. I was all work because I was obsessed with my YouTube channel. Like, I loved it. I loved editing. I loved everything. Then when I met Kurt, I was like, you are messing with my vibe. Like, I need to edit. And he was like, you need to chill with me. So only now we've like learnt to sit down, turn off our phones, get off our computer and Netflix. And it's like the best thing ever.
It's like probably like once or twice a week though.
Yeah, but it's so fun. I love it. I thrive of sitting down on the lounge with you.
Yeah.
And like eating a little bowl of like a chia pod.
Doing nothing.
I love it. It's so romantic. I love it. It's so
What's
normal.
wrong with us?
I don't know. I just love it. Anyway, that's for another day. But I feel like this was a nice little introduction into what this podcast is going to be about. Some are going to be really funny and lighthearted. Other ones will be more serious about career or relationships and telling our stories. But I really think it's going to, I'm really excited.
To be honest, last night we uploaded the Instagram picture and like released the channel to everyone, I guess.
Announced it.
And the response that we got was so overwhelming. I think what are we at now? Like 20,000 followers. Yeah, nearly 20,000 followers. Like, that's insane, guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate
in advance
it so
for your
much.
support. And yeah, we will bring some awesome content to you guys.
And definitely let us know what you want to hear, because we'll obviously tailor it to you guys. But for me, like I said, I'm really going to focus on the health, the fitness, and the beauty. And Kurt is obviously really into the fitness, the career, relationship, lifestyle. So let us know, because we want to make content that you guys want to listen to. And Actually, I always wonder what people do when they listen to podcasts because I clean the house, but I know a lot of people drive.
I sit on the train or I'm like driving.
Commuting.
Yeah.
I want to film like record a hilarious topic and like get people like wanting to wet their pants on the train because it's so funny. I love stuff like that.
We'll come up with something. We'll get it.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
I've got a good idea for that one. It's embarrassing moments, but like the part that's funny is my embarrassing moment. The other day
Save
in
it for
the
another
bathroom.
one. Save it for another one.
The other day in the bathroom.
Oh my goodness. You're so hopeless. Anyway, guys, make sure you rate us below. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave a review.
Yep.
It supports the channel. And
follow our Instagram.
Get
excited.
The.health code.
Yeah, and get your books. Get your code books.
Get your code book.
I am Sarah's Day. You can follow me as Sarah's_Day on my YouTube channel, just Sarah's Day.
I'm KJ Tills, YouTube and Instagram. It's KJTILSE is my Instagram
Do
tag.
you feel superior that you spelt yours and I didn't have to spell mine?
No, because my name's really hard to spell.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, my friend asked me how to spell it today.
Yeah. It's hard.
No.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for listening in today. And we'll be uploading one weekly.
Yeah, and I'm going to have the last say because I'm the commentator. I'm the narrator. Love you guys.
Always a competition.
I'm the best. Bye.